it's hot. Hey everybody, hello. Hey friends, how are you? How are things? It's so hot, it started to be hot. We had an amazing weather. Lately it was perfect temperature, but now I see all the week it's gonna be around 33 Celsius. It's not so hot, some places it's warmer than that. If we go in Palm Springs, it's already 40 Celsius. But I'm not good with the hot weather, not good at all. I feel like it's draining me. And I don't know if you saw my video about the histamine reaction. So I take care of my diet, and some days after I started, I had no running eyes or nose, everything, and I was feeling really good. And yesterday, maybe it's because it's very windy. Today it's good, but we had 2 days of strong wind, and my eyes were crying. So I put some eye drops, and I am drinking enough water because the body always want to protect the eyes, so I bring water to the eyes to don't be dry. But it was like so this was not about because of the diet, and there are also other criteria, like for example maybe the strong wind brings some kind of dust. We know we have the chemtrail, very prolific some days, and this is interesting because I realized that this happened in fact the day, like 3 days ago, we had a lot of chemtrails, and my eyes running happened the day after. I did not realize before speaking here. So maybe there is a connection with that, especially in the desert, as it's dry and it's quite, when there is a wind, all these little particles can be, everywhere. And my eyes were running so much. It's better, much better today, but I've not been out. Yes, I've been walking a little bit this morning. It was not windy. But I was also thinking, someone one day told me, I don't remember who, about this surgery that she had. I knew about that because I went online to check about the eyes that are running, and I know that sometimes a channel of tears can be blocked. So there is a kind of surgery, tiny surgery to do, to put a little tube to help to evacuate the tears. So I don't know if you got this, eventually, if you got this surgery or this intervention. It's not really a surgery, it's not a big deal, but she said that we changed everything. So maybe I should see about that. Last year I've been to see a surgeon here in LA about my eyes, because it was actually it was the same time of the year. I realized that. I did examination of my eyes like I never had in my life. It was like, wow. Every kind of thing, for the glaucoma, for the cataract, for everything. And he said everything is fine. So I was like, okay, everything is fine, but my eyes are running. And it's for that he gave me some drops. And he did not tell me about this channel that can be blocked, because for him it was no indication about that. So I am there with this same issue, and also, I have reading glasses because I don't see very neat close and even far now. And for me, it's a bummer because I had a very, very good sight when I was young. I was above the 20 because, you know, it's on 20, a scale of 20. I was 21st, 21 on 20. So it was really, I remember at that time, I thought, okay, I could be a pilot of plane, you know. And now also people say, oh, it's because of the age. Okay, but also I am not training my eyes. I'm lazy about that. I remember when I was telling my mother, you have to do this exercise, and I was giving her the exercises, the books and everything, and I understand now how it can be bothering, you know, because in fact you spend your day to do all this kind of exercise for that. So I try to integrate everything when I do my, you know, exercise in the morning. Yoga posture mixed with some lift weight, mixed with the stick that I'm doing the warm up and some movement with the stick. People ask me to show the exercise I do. It's still more or less the same as the one that are in my previous video. If you go on YouTube, there are all the video and you can see. I don't do anything more special. Yes, maybe for my legs, because I had this weakness in my right leg, so I work on that, and I found exercise on YouTube. So you are welcome to, instead of me giving you exercise to do, the exercise I'm doing, it's because I want to improve my right leg and all that, so it's not maybe because what you need. So the best thing to do, I always encourage people to do that, it's to go online, to go on YouTube, put the condition you want to better, and see the video that are showing up. Watch them and feel what you feel inspired to do, what you would love to try. And maybe you're going to try a posture or an exercise and you will not like it. And maybe another one you will like it. Some years ago, I didn't like the butt exercise, you know, when you are on your hands and you have to kick your legs back. I hated that, and now I enjoy it. So you see, we change as well because everything is changing all the time, and even us. So I was speaking recently about the food and how my way to feed myself changed, and about people ask me about the skin. I don't take care of my skin now like I was doing even 5 years ago, because I have now, because of aging, the skin also is changing, and I cannot brush my skin like I was doing like 10 years ago with the sisal brush. So now what I do, I have this kind of little jute cloth that I can put the bar soap inside. I use bar soap, or I use, you know, the soap, liquid soap from Maria Candida Gentile, Yedzimina. And I use this in this little jute cloth, wet. And now this is good for me. But 10 years ago, I was brushing my skin, and my skin was amazing. So it's that you have to adapt with the changes. And in these times, there are a lot of changes, a lot. Because, you know, the planet is changing, and we are, if you have a vision about every cell of our body are like on a planet, and they work all together. And us, on the planet, we are like the cells of our body. We are like, you know, Russian Baba doll. We are like holograms. So if you have a vision and about the planet and all the organisms alive that are on Earth, and, you know, I would love to say living in good harmony, if we could, all together, it's like that. So, and if every cell is taking care of itself, the collective can feel better, can be better. what we see is that the planet is an organism, a live organism, and it's polluted and it's disturbed in its natural functionment. So, and in a way, some of the human beings are doing the same. They are not taking care properly, naturally, of their organic matter, of their body. We are like nature. We are nature. And when you have the consciousness that all these creatures in nature, and as we are part of, we are created by this supreme intelligence that we can call God, the divine. It's quite amazing. So when you have this awareness, you start to take better care of yourself. This happened very young to me, so I think it's for that I quite maintain myself, not too bad. I could say quite well. But I am like other human beings. I have troubles in my body, but the troubles in my body are as much opportunities to learn how my body is functioning and what I can do to resolve the issue. Because in fact, as I always say, the solution is where there is a problem, and there is a problem to open ourselves to opportunities to create something different, something new. So if we see these difficulties in the body as a kind of message from the soul by the body, from our divine essence, by the body, to indicate, to point something we have to investigate, instead of numbing it with painkiller. I don't have painkiller at home. I never use them. So it's just that it would be easier, because the things that are coming, you cannot avoid them. Don't see them. Because now, if it's given to us to see or to feel something, now more than ever, we really have to go and investigate the different layers, because there are different levels of understanding, and each levels can have information. Information, it's mean inside the formation, inside the form, the shape. So information is primordial. So it's for that we created at the Unconscious Collective tools to be able to get informations. And the thing is, to feel what is right for us individually, we have to be with ourselves, and we have to experiment. We have to investigate. We have to be curious, to search. And we're going to find a lot of kind of information, some that worth investigating, and some that seems to be adapted to what we are looking for, but no. So by being with ourselves, we can feel there is a tiny thing that makes a difference. There is something inside when you read that makes sense, and you feel, yes, it's that. And there is joy. And when it's like blank inside, you say, okay, they say that, but it doesn't sound right to me. You can go on something else, or if you are curious, you can investigate and wonder why it doesn't sound right to you. You know, it's individually that we're going to make a change at the collective level, because if each of us are able to be curious, to look for information for our betterment, the collective gonna be better too. Who is wanting to have what is going on the planet, the terrible things going on? I think none of us. So this shows that there are forces at work, and we have to be clear with that to know what force we want to feed, and to don't be in denial of what is going on, because what is going on is exactly the thing that can make us create something else with our mind connected to our heart. And I'm always amazed the era we are living, because we created these tools, and I could say the divine somewhere created the technology we are using, because it was at one time in the invisible, and we make it happening, we make it visible, physical, material, you know, and we use it. So this is a tool we put our disposition to be able to get more and more information, to open more and more our consciousness to the big field of consciousness. And it's quite fascinating. So it's for that it has been always, since ever, humanity has changed and evolved, because we are mutant. We change all the time. Our cells are dying all the time. And we see nature, when we look at nature and we see the cycle of nature, we see that there is a renewal. We see that there are changes, there are cycles. And it's always been like that. It's not something new. Now, what happened is that by some time, some moment, it's accelerating, because there is a need to go at another level. We cannot be now like we were 200 or even 50 years ago. Our world changed, evolved, and in a way, we made it evolved in a way that now is not viable anymore. So now we can be, noticing that and decided individually to make changes, tiny changes, but they will make a difference. I was reading something about chocolate, and you may know I love chocolate a lot. And about the chocolate that is created in labs. And in fact, I'm not, I don't feel concerned about that, because since many years I make my own chocolate with chocolate paste, cocoa butter. So, and I take always organic and raw, and I look at the provenance. So it's another world that we can create parallel to what is there, and more we're going to do ourselves, our own chocolate. And it's not complicated. You go online again and you look at video and you will know how to make chocolate. It's easy, and you experiment and you let you guide it by inside. When you sometimes say, I'm going to do that, I'm excited, I do it. It's rarely bad. It's rarely bad because I use good ingredients, and I let me guided by my, higher self, I could say, by my inspiration, by my muse inside that is guiding me, my spirit, my invisible being that is connected to the source directly and to consciousness and a lot of information. So trust that. Trust what you feel sometimes when you open your fridge and say, I'm going to make that. And suddenly you see something, or say, maybe I can use that. Trust it. Do it. Because at least you would have tried, And after And it's only by experimenting. It's for that when people ask me a recipe or thing, I don't have a recipe. I just can tell you I put this, but I don't know how much, how many. I do just think in the moment, and it's good. So ingredients are important. More you take things close to nature, and it's for that, for me, farmers market all my life has been important, because I think we go closer to the source, to the ground. And I'm really enjoying, the little farmers we have here. And I can see some of them at Instagram, and I see that the chicken are free in their organic culture, and on the land, on the field. And so I know where it's coming from. And every week I'm happy to meet them again and to buy my potato, onion, I don't know, any kind of thing, and eggs to them. And it's precious, So this is the base. And it's all about deciding the change we want to make for ourselves as well. I realize, as maybe you saw my video some days ago, that with the weight I put on, and usually I'm really good to lose in 1 week 1 kilo, and it's easy for me to lose 2 or 3 kilos. But this time it's not working. And I don't weigh myself. I just use my measure, tape measure that I use to, because I know when I lose 1 centimeter of waist or of hips, it's 1 kilo. But now it's not working. I must say also, I should have a scale. It's a long time I gave the scale because I was not using it. I'm not obsessed to know if I gain weight or not, but I should have a scale and check it out. But even with a scale, you can see that the morning you can weigh a weight and the evening another one. And because you've been too poor or not, because maybe you drink a lot and you keep the water in the body, maybe, who knows? And when it's hot, it's for that. I really, thank you. I see, it is not working. No, it just works well. Thank you. Yes, I am beautiful. Thank you very much. I feel like this. It's not because I have this 4-5 kilos more that I don't feel beautiful. No, it's not that. It's just that I feel heavier. I don't go in my clothes like before. There are things there is a little improvement. The jean I put yesterday in the pictures, in my story, I was unable to close it when I came end of March. So it's good. I cannot say I did not lose anything. There is a little improvement. But regarding the work I'm doing, the exercise work I'm doing, it's not a lot. And the diet I reduced. I don't feel to eat a lot. I was saying this since many years. When you want to lose weight, you keep the same kind of food you feel good with, and you cut the portion in 2. For me, it's always difficult to do half, so this is something I am learning now. It's to cook less. For example, before I was taking a little bag of green beans at the market, and it's like not almost 1 pound, and I was eating everything with olive oil or butter. So now I share in 2. I cook half beginning of the week, and I cook half some days after. Because also I don't like to cook in advance. I feel the food is not alive anymore. I prefer to store them in glass container and to use them to cook them with the vitalizer, because this is really fantastic. It cooks very fast and it keep all the taste to the point that you don't need quite seasoning. It's really, really good. So I really enjoy my veggies, steamed veggies like that. And so it's difficult for me to have a discipline of cooking less. So I'm learning that. So you see, I am like 70 past of 70 and a half now. And I'm learning something new that never been used to. And you know, I'm Sagittarius, so it's all about abundance, a lot. I come back from the farmer's market, and it's like I have basket to feed a family of 4. I really have to learn about that, you know. It's really, you know, I had children, so I was used to cook and to have all this food. And it's also, you know, the thing of Sagittarian with Jupiter, and now we have Jupiter and Venus together. It's all about, you know, expansion, and expansion about beauty, expansion about goodness, expansion. So we can enjoy that for sure, and I do. But we have to don't go on, you know, the slope of too much of this, too much of that. And I see all around me, I am like, I have too much. I would love to be, as you know, because I spoke a lot about that, I would love to be free of things. I started to sell some things on eBay. It's hard to me to have discipline about that too, to do the pictures, to put them, to create the posts and things, and you know, it's like not really my thing. But I'm happy. Last day I forgot I had something in a closet, something I was not using, you know, a telescope. And I said, I'm going to put on eBay. And I was really excited to sell it. I sold it the day after. Sure, it was not very expensive, and I guess the people are doing a good deal. But I'm happy I don't have it. And it's room in my closet. So you see, I'm enjoying these new things that I'm doing that I was not used to do. And it's for that. Try something new. I have all my... Before, you know, I was taking my phone and watching my pictures when I was having my breakfast or my lunch on the patio. And now I let my phone inside the kitchen. I want to be just with the landscape, just and my food, and feeling when I'm eating, how I chew everything. Someone asked me how I do to have white teeth. I always told my dentist that my teeth are not white enough. And she said, no, they are on the higher scale of whiteness. I said, oh my goodness, I don't find them white. And I don't do anything special. I think it's because I am chewing a lot. My gums are very strong. I found, you know, this I investigate. I have natural toothpaste. Like, for example, I love Ayurveda toothpaste. And so I have that. It's with plants. I love the taste and all this. Some years ago, I had an ultrasound toothbrush. And suddenly, I didn't feel to use it anymore. I was bored. So I took a bamboo toothbrush and with this toothpaste, because the ultrasound toothbrush has a special toothpaste because the particle has to be smaller than the regular toothpaste. So I changed that. I let me guide it. I've been online and I checked about new toothpaste for that, not for whitening. And I found something I really love. Maybe if I think about that, because this is also something people tell me, why you don't put the link with what you use, for example, on Amazon? Because here it's convenient for us to order on Amazon. We are far from everything. And I don't think about it, you know. So I'm going to try to think about this toothpaste that I like, these toothpaste, because there are two. And one, I was curious about that, because one is with bee venom. And I know that bees, I love bee pollen, I love honey, I love, you know, so I was intrigued. So I said, I'm going to try, and I love it. So the evening I use bee venom, And the morning, when I wake up, I brush my teeth with the plant-based Ayurveda toothpaste. And I love that. I feel good. And it's rare that I brush my teeth during the day. Mostly it's one in the morning and one in the evening, unless I ate something that has a lot of fibers and bother me. So I go and I rinse my mouth and I just use the toothbrush with a tiny bit of toothpaste, but it's rare during the day. And I feel the teeth. I feel my teeth much stronger than some years ago. Maybe because I eat also more nuts than before. I am thinking what changed. When I was in Malibu, I had more fresh fish that I don't have here. I'm taking frozen fish here. So I don't eat fresh fish like I was used to, but I eat more nuts and sprouted nuts. And maybe it's that, and also the fruits. I am chewing the fruits. I'm not doing juice, because when you chew, and it's for that, when you masticate well, and I put my awareness really strongly to don't be disturbed by my phone when I eat, even if it's on my pictures, not on, social media. When I'm totally there for eating, each piece of food, I can feel it and reduce it in liquid and feel my jaw, my gum, my teeth working, and it's a good feeling. It's meditative. So I invite you to try this. It's like 20 minutes sometimes. When I have some meat, it's longer because I want really to reduce the meat in juice, and it's not so easy. It's a naturopath when I was in France 30 years ago who told me you cannot have the benefits of the meat if you don't reduce the meat in juice in your mouth. So it's a long process, and it can last for 30 minutes, sometimes a little more. But it's a time with yourself, and it feels good. It feels like you are really in tune with yourself. And things are coming to my mind when I do that. I see things differently. I observe the birds or the wildlife around me. And there is a jay coming when I'm eating, and he's singing for me beautifully. So I speak with him. I have a different way, and I enjoy this very much, to be in contemplation and to feel the process, how my body is working. It's like when I do my exercises, I really put my attention on the way I hold my body, the weight of my body on my legs or my arm. When I unfold my legs, what is working and how it's good. And I'm thankful to have, my body working and make me able to walk. Like this morning, I did a walk. It was very hot. This morning was already hot, and but I'm thankful to my legs to carry me and to my body to respond so well. I was feeling tired when I came home. I was the heat is killing me. I'm not someone who loves the heat. My favorite temperature is between 20 and 25 Celsius, and this is awesome. So we had that for the last couple of weeks. It was fantastic. So, I wanted to share a little bit of everything with you about what is crossing my mind and where I am now in this time of big troubles, and it's going to be worst. I say this since many years, so people who follow me since many years knows what I'm speaking about. So I always say the same thing. just do what is right for you. Be clear with yourself. Don't avoid things that are bothering you. Just watch at them, take distance, and maybe they bother you to attract you on something, to discover something. So use everything as a tool for an opportunity to discover something new, to investigate something, be curious. This is the most important thing, be curious. Since the histaminic reaction I had, if you knew how I'm discovering every single day, because now I'm watching the food and how they interact and all this, and I'm learning so much. I have more consciousness about what I'm doing when I am eating now, and it feels good. And I feel that this presence we have when we eat, by chewing and by observing the thoughts that are coming in our mind, and that, in fact, it increases the consciousness of ourselves and of our place in that place, the location we are, and in the world and in the universe, part of this big ecosystem that we are. Nature has everything around us. So it's quite really interesting. So I wanted just to share this with you and tell you, do things that are right for you. Don't be scared. Observe. This doesn't mean to avoid what is going on. No, observe. Face it, observe, and see what it stimulates in you. Is it emotional, or is it a kind of willpower, determination that this cannot exist anymore? Because by this, each of us, we create a force. We feed a positive force for these things to don't exist anymore. And it's not by ignoring them and don't speak about them or don't share about them that we can create this. It's an egregore that is very powerful. And it's not because we are not side by side each of us physically that it's not working, because we are first and foremost invisible entities. And in the invisible realm, we connect, all of us together. How many people tell me, oh, you did the live about that, and I was just thinking about it, and I had an answer. Sure, because we are all connected in the invisible. So it's for that, it's important to be aware, and we created the tool to be aware of what is going on, to see what is going on in the world, because the things that are going on in the world, they always were going on in the world, but we were unable to see before. So we were less aware about these forces, how they work, how they interact together. And I often speak about that. Maybe for some people it's abstract, but these forces interact in a way and will interact in a different way, because now more and more individuals are opening to bigger consciousness and are aware about things that were not aware before. What is interesting for me, coming from another country, being here since, I could say, almost 30 years, it will be, not yet, but 20, I came in 1999, so it's 27 years. So it was interesting to me from France to arrive here, because I was seeing that people were not aware about some things that were going in the world. And I was surprised, things that we know in France very well since decades, since I was in my 20s. And I was surprised that here it was they discovered suddenly things. So it's for that, it's interesting to travel as well, because what is shown to us in a way, it's to numb us. It's to condition us to see things in a certain way, because this is feeding some forces that are not the forces that want us as human being, divine being, to express totally our willpower. It's a kind of, to schematize, forces, antagonist, opposite, like day and night. It's natural in a way, and they act in a certain way together. But if one of the two forces is not playing the game the same way anymore, the other one is obliged to change. And it's what is going on. We can see this in relationship. When we don't play the game with someone and that was bringing conflict and thing, and we do a certain observation of ourselves and see the game, because it's always 50-50. It's not, one is all right and the other one is all wrong. No, it's just for evolution of consciousness. And when we start to see what do we feed, where it's coming from, as you repeat, I do the same thing as my mother. Oh, I was not aware about this, and the partner I have pointed that, and I rejected it. And finally, now I can see I didn't like this thing in my mother. It's because I was carrying me too. So she was mirroring something, and I was unable to see. But now I am with a stranger, an alien outside of the family circus, the person don't tolerate this thing because it's not appropriate to the relationship. Why do you behave like that? There is no reason. And this awake you, and you go from one wedding to another, like I did, and relationships, and you learn so much about yourself, because most often the other one is really here to reveal something you don't know about you, and it's fantastic, So take this, as I said before, as an opportunity to discover more about yourself and to feed the entity you want to feed. For me, it's clear. I want to feed the force that is evolutive, creative, that appreciates beauty and peace. This is the force I want to feed, and that I do in my daily life, appreciating the beauty and being part of it and creating beautiful things, and being, blending in the landscape, or don't hurting in any way. This morning I collected one plastic bag that flew, I don't know from where, because here we have no plastic, no pollution in this little part of the desert where I live. It's clean, so when there is one plastic bag, you cannot miss it. So I went in one cactus to take the plastic bag that was falling apart, so I had to, I was like, I cannot believe it. And it's that, and I felt like, I feel good now. It's like I was feeling the cactus was happy to don't have this plastic bag in it, So it's that, it's like it was like a feeling of accomplishment. And I guess I went to a place I'd never been before, in my little corner of paradise. I say, why I go there? And I go there, it was this crowd, screaming, one was flying from one rock to another, and again and again. I was like, what is going on there? So I went a little bit there, and I found this plastic. But it was not the thing that the crowd were screaming about. No, it was just that on my path going toward where the crowd were, I said, what is this shiny thing there? And it was a black plastic. I said, this is interesting. And I never been in that corner of the desert. So you see, and this is a magic. And I was like, wow, I was happy. I say, because I couldn't miss it if I was not going there. But my feet brought me there, my desire brought me there. And it was like my higher self knew then seeing that I will be bored and it will be disturbing to me. And as it was disturbing to me, it was disturbing to the cactus too. Because at one point we are one. And when I took off all the pieces, I was feeling good. And the cactus was feeling good too. I know it. It can seem crazy, this is my imaginary world, but it works like this for me and makes my life very beautiful because of these little things, you know. So it's we live a wonderful time. I was aware about that when I was in my early 20s, and I say, wow, I'm gonna see this, I'm gonna live until 2045. And now I decided I will live more because we are soon 2045. I want to enjoy more. And yesterday I was having my lunch and suddenly I was watching, I'm gonna be emotional again. I was watching the trees in the wind and the little, rabbits and I was feeling so much love about this beauty that surrounds me that I started to cry. And I was wondering, why do I am crying? Why I become emotional? And staying with the emotion, I'm observing that I cried even more. And I realized that it's because I love to be on this planet. I love it. It's so beautiful. And to be alive and to be able to appreciate all that, it's quite fantastic, you know. I always said that the most amazing science fiction movie, we live it right here in our bodies. And yesterday, this moment of contemplation and emotional moment was really like my soul enjoyed so much to be here that I said, no, I don't want to live. And it's not because of the fear of dying, it's not that, it's just because I love it so much. Yes. I love this a lot. I want to see more. And I was like, okay, I went out of this moment and I say, okay, what you gonna do to see more about this planet? I say, okay, I'm gonna take care of myself because it's only if I take care of myself that I can really maintain my body to be able to travel and to see more beauties of the world. So you see, it's exactly that. Our soul speaks to us through emotions that touch our heart. And when we see terrible things in the world that are going on right now, it's because you have these entities who fed on sufferance. And when we see this, it breaks our hearts and make us have a strong desire of peace and beauty and goodness for people. And it's our soul. It's for that, don't avoid to see misery and see the determination in create inside of you and how you envision something else strongly in your heart, with your mind. And this creates something in the invisible world. We counterbalance the forces that are acting. And we are like creators. We are creators. We are made to be creators. God, the divine is inside of us, each of us. Each stone, each crystal, each animal, it's there, it's plant, it's there. It's not up there somewhere and called God or anything. It's just this amazing, amazing, beautiful force of light. And the light, is expansive, expanse, and in light around. How can we carry, make expand the light inside of us, that it spreads around us, and that it resonates with others to be like that and to be enlightened as well. And I don't speak about enlightenment. I don't say I'm enlightened like, a Buddha or anything like that. But yes, I feel happiness. I feel joy in contemplating the world, and even in and I feel when I see terrible things, I observe that it breaks my heart, and there is this strong will inside. Because what is going on with these forces, they feed on sufferance. It's a very low frequency. And when we are on our Christ-like nature, about beauty, goodness, sharing, expanding goodness for others, this is very powerful. It's very powerful. And it resonates in others, and they want to be like that, and they become like that by phenomenon of resonance, because this is the highest frequency. And you can use outside of you things would raise your frequency. Like I said before, it can be contemplating, even a picture. If you are in a city and don't have nature, you can really go, and now we have online, and found beautiful pictures. There are beautiful posts about nature online, and movies and things, and this is going to feed your soul. And by this, you raise your frequency, and by raising your frequency, when you go in the world, people who are around you enter in resonance with that. And it's unconscious often, but sometimes you feel good with some people, or you don't feel good with some people. And for many reasons, it's not obliged to be something negative. It's because there is a different wave, and it's not the wave that is aligned with what you are experiencing that day or in that moment. And so I really believe, I'm very optimistic. For me, I see that we created a world that is not viable for us to awaken us, to go back to things more natural and more simple. Simplicity is one of the keys. Simplicity, authenticity, loyalty, to ourselves first, to be true with ourselves. Even if, there are things we don't like of ourselves, just face them and see how you can transform it. See how you can see it from a different angle. Maybe you don't like it, but someone like it, Just try to see things like you never saw them before, like you discover with children's eyes, and with innocence, and to be a little bit naive sometimes, There is beauty in that. There is lightness, you see. So, friends, I was not expecting to go on this field of emotional today. Actually, I was wondering what I was going to speak to you about. I'm always surprised because I feel I have to come live, and I don't know what I'm going to speak about. Sometimes, yes, there is a theme, or someone asks me something, so I respond to that. But when I have this feeling, I have to go live and I don't know what I'm going to speak about, I'm like, okay, I do it. Let's see where this brings. And you see where it brings. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So I'm going to post this on YouTube, on my channel. I try to answer to all the messages. It's not easy. It's easy here on Instagram because I can answer by voice message. And for me, it's faster. I have my big finger. It's difficult. I'm not good in typing, in texting and all that. It's not my thing. But on YouTube, I don't go often. On Facebook, I never go, or rarely. So please contact me here or by email. There is my email on my profile, but not Facebook. I can't spend all this time on all these platforms. It's too much for me, you know. So I will post on YouTube like this. Some people can have the translation. I repeat again. People say, oh, I don't find the translation. It works on a computer, I think on an iPad or laptop. There is a little wheel on the right under the video, and you can select your language, because it's possible in many languages, you know. And I was speaking with a friend recently that maybe I should try to do a live in Italian, because I was speaking fluently Italian, but I'm not practicing since years, so, and I love Italian language, it's my favorite. But I'm not sure I can follow a conversation, unless maybe I am live with someone in Italy, and I can try to have an exchange, you know, about a certain topic or something. If you have suggestions, let me know. I will be excited to try, you know, to do the experience. After so many years, I did not speak Italian. And this could be nice if you have an idea of something you would love to speak in Italian and you speak fluently Italian because you are Italian. It will be interesting to try. And yeah. Okay, friends, I wish you a good day or a good night. It's very hot here, I'm telling you. It's like, for me, it's like falling on me. And Spanish, I don't speak Spanish. Non hablo Spanish. I don't know if we say like this, but when I start to speak Spanish, I go on Italian. Yes. You know, I heal often myself with good crying. Yesterday was like, wow, I was sobbing. I was like, I cannot believe it. And I was feeling good, and I was feeling it was feeling good, my soul. And I was like, wow. And I stay with that, and I discover why. And this was a gift, you know, because I was wondering at the beginning why I was emotional. And instead of stopping it, I let it down. I let it go. I went in it. And by going in it, I knew, yes, I don't want to quit this planet because I love it. I was like, oh, it's for that. It's for that I'm so sad. I'm like already nostalgic, like, how am I? And because I didn't want to quit here because I love it so much. And some of you may know that I plan to go back in Corsica. That is absolutely an amazing place to be, because I realized I never lived. After 20 years old, I left Corsica at 20, and I never lived there. I've been in vacation, summer vacation, but I never been there living. And I miss Corsica. So I say, okay, I'm going to go in Corsica. Maybe next year. And I was with all this, you know, and saying, oh, but I will not see here anymore, my goodness. And I started to have this cry, you know, and I started to, and I let it be, and I be with it. And it was, in a way, it was good. And now I know why. I know, you know. And I realized I had that in some places I've been traveling. When I was knowing I will not see it anymore, I was crying. And it's not even not seeing anymore, because you never know. But so often this happened in the plane, when I quit a country where I love to be and see beautiful things, beautiful location, beautiful nature, kind people and all that. And in the plane, I'm crying. And it's always like a little grief to do. So, my goodness, I guess I'm sensitive. Thank you for watching me in my adventures and listening me in my, imaginary stories. Thank you very much. And very soon. Oh, let me see if I have question here. I don't think so. Yes, I heal myself with good crying. Yes, it's really good. It feels really good. It feels like you are in communion with the soul. In fact, it's communion with the soul. Yeah, the beauty we see in nature. Yeah, I spoke often about that. You know, sometimes I'm contemplating and seeing this ever, a plant or, a flower or rock, and there is a moment there is no distance between, no separation between what I am admiring, contemplating, and me. It's the same. And the beauty I see in these things, creations, it's me as well. And it's for that I invite you to contemplate what you can. It can be a beautiful object, a beautiful crystal, a beautiful little piece of coral, if you really watch. This morning I had a moment, I go back on something that, because this make me think of what I saw this morning when during my breakfast, without my phone, without my glasses. I was like this, looking at the sky, looking in the void, and I was seeing, like I said many times, these little particles of light, subatomic particles, and they are dancing, and I was seeing that. Some people say, how can I see? It's very easy. You watch without watching. You watch in the something like you watch far, but in the same time you watch close to your nose. And you let your vision becoming blurry, and you're going to see them. It's not the little dark things. Sometimes you can see little dust in your eyes. It's not that. These are particles of light. And they are dancing. They seem unorganized, but they are very well organized somewhere. It's the prana we breathe. It's what keeps us alive. So this morning I was contemplating this, and I was feeling how I am inhaling, and I'm seeing them now, how I am inhaling these, and I am that light, I am that. It's inside of me. It's up to me to be aware and to put my presence and my consciousness to that, and my gratitude that this invisible, almost invisible, because I can see it's not invisible, it's there, but it's aerial, it's like so light. It's light that is light. It's a light that is very light in weight, that has no weight. It's dancing, and we breathe this, and it's this light that we breathe and keep us alive. And they are golden, light golden, and light silverish. And oh, my baby is here. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, you see, he's here, he's singing. You sing for me. Oh, you want, it's the time. He loves this time of the day. And of the afternoon, he's here. Yes, I'm coming, baby. He's here for his treat and to stay with me, because he go on his favorite rocks and he watch the landscape, and me, I'm beside and I watch the landscape with him. It's a love story, my goodness. Yes, I'm coming. I don't know if you hear him. He's begging now. You come here. You want something? Oh, you speak with me? Huh? Oh, he's watching like, what is she doing? Yes, I'm coming. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna have my moment with my bird, my wild pet. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you again, and take good care. Don't go on fear. Just observe. Do things that are right for you, even if it seems crazy for others. Do it. Go in your imaginary, in your dreams, in your things, fantasy and thing, and Bye. Bye-bye.